Okay, so is this Aztec? It's either Mayan or Aztec. I actually do not outwardly know the difference, unfortunately. Let's see. I see gold, stat, money, question mark, weapon? Yeah, let's go for that. Stats are always my go-to. And I'm not going to parry this time around, so I'm not going to just take billions of damage like a fool. It was worth it. We did really well. And I think there's a couple of parry builds that I might want to try for. But I like dodging that much better. It just feels like it works better for me. And it's so much more reliable. Plus, it gives me stamina back. I think parrying does too, but I don't know. Extra damage against weakened enemies. Damage while in darkness. Yeah, let's grab the hunting axes. Extra damage against weakened enemies. Let's grab that. Because... let's see. Do I even care for the torture ring? Nah. Lose the corruption. I believe my whip weakens enemies. Charge attacks weaken enemies. Yes. I don't actually know if that counts the cross combos. I hope it does. Alright, let's go for stats. I'm a Belmont now. Money. I don't think money burns in this game, which is kind of nice. Let's see, have I ever heard of Blaze Sky? Nope, haven't heard the name. You have to realize, like, it's very hard for me to keep... it's starting to become very hard for me to keep track of anything. There's a number that I can keep track of that I'm really looking forward to. Okay, so I have to charge the whip to get the damage. It's worth it, but still. But yeah, there's just way too many games out there. So, I actually don't look for upcoming games that much anymore. Like, I've just totally started to check out on those. Just because, like, there's like hundreds of games coming out every week, month, whatever. Not even EDF6. I mean, I feel like EDF6 is an inevitability. Have they actually announced anything for that? Because I straight up haven't heard anything, and I'm on their PR list. Or I think it might actually be off their PR list now. It was getting it to be a little silly. Okay. I don't know, this kind of weakness whip combo is neat. I don't know if I can actually stick with it. It seems kind of risky and very slow compared to the amount of damage that it puts out. But it's fun to use all the same. Whip it and whip it good. Looking forward to Pokemon Snap and Pokemon Legends. Yeah. I feel like AAA games are kind of one of those that, like, AAA, the big games, the games that you know are coming out no matter what, those are the ones that I'm kind of casually looking forward to, but I don't devote a whole lot of brain space to them. Just because I can't afford to. Nah. Oops. Dang. Excuse me, sir. I don't know. I think this build's gonna fall flat, like really flat, against any kind of mid-boss. Bonus damage for claws. That's not helpful. The only one you're looking forward to is Diablo 4. Honestly, I'm almost looking more towards Diablo 2 than 4. Yeah, I like the whip weakening ability, but I think I'll want to switch them out with something better when we get the chance. Yeah, actually, let's keep offering gold for this. More damage, more treasure finds. Hey, thank you, Sleepy Ninja, for the sub, and welcome on in. Let's see, but that on Diablo 2 got me excited. Friends said it was being remade. Yeah, and it sounds like it's going to be a fairly faithful remake. Yeah, Resurrected is coming out this year. I think it's because, like, Diablo 2 Resurrected is a low stakes hype. Especially if they've got Vicarious Visions on it, as opposed to, whatever morons were working on, Reforged. Let's see. I'm not even sure if the Reforged people were morons. I would honestly still blame that entirely on just Blizzard being greedy. Warcraft 3 regurgitated. Holy shit, that's a good tagline. Did you just come up with that, or did you hear it from somewhere else? I guess it doesn't really matter. One way or another, it's great. Wow. Okay, never mind. Whip It Good is really good. My biggest fear is fighting groups with it now. Chance to trigger an automatic parry. Let's get the gold. I'm gonna stick with the Whip It Good. I have no idea how it functions against the boss. But if it does, it does. If it doesn't, doesn't. I don't know. Blizzard was actually censoring people about Reforged. Yeah, that's one thing I will say. I don't think I can bring myself to be terribly hyped about a whole lot of Blizzard products. Like, I was playing Shadowbringers for a little bit, which is what drove me to play Final Fantasy. Steel-tip talons are actually really good. That said, these ones are trash, and I don't want to spend a lot of money upgrading them. Really should have gotten that guy to destroy these walls. Well, I guess we can at least get that one to go off. I don't think the other one even had money in it, so it's not really worth being grumpy about. Like, I'll play Diablo 2 Resurrected, and I'll probably enjoy it, but I think I will also spend much of it bemoaning a little bit about the times when Blizzard meant something, something more than it currently does. Or meant something less ravage. And Blizzard's been dead since the merger. Yeah. Man, it's weird. I remember being so happy that they finally got out underneath, what was the company that owned them? Because Blizzard had gotten bought out by a company, you know, one of those kind of investment firms that... Vivendi, there we go. I was so excited when they got out from beneath Vivendi. I was like, oh man, you know, old Blizzard's back. But it was a lie that I was telling myself, I guess, which is just a shame. Gold offerings remove corruption. Ooh, regain health when you pass through a door. Let's go for the gold offerings remove corruption. Maybe? Corruption management is kind of tough. Regain 12% of max health whenever you pass through a door. That's 100. I would have to offer blood on it, but we're about to get cursed. Yeah, let's go for Temple's Heart. This one's reliable because it more or less means I get 100 free damage every room I go through without having to worry about anything. Let's go for a weapon. This has been struggling since Blizzard North shut down and scattered. Yeah. Enemies killed while burning explode after a short period of time. There's literally no downsides to that one, honestly. What are you? Crit damage? Nah. I don't need it. Well, somebody did challenge me to not play it safe today. And I am not playing it safe at all. I am trying all sorts of weird runs. Wild thing is we're discovering there's some pretty nuts combos that, yeah, I would not normally have encountered playing this game. Let's see. Okay, some of these might actually be worth looking into. After parry, your main weapon deals critical damage for 2 seconds. That's actually not terrible. We also have Occult Rainmaker. Nah, let's reroll these. Let's find something else. I like the current combo that I have, but I don't think it's sustainable. Oh shit, I do have a great sword. I thought I had a bow. I should have been breaking things. Still bad. Sacrificial Makana. Extra damage per point of dexterity. 30% extra damage. Deals crit damage when only one enemy is nearby. I like that one. Yeah, we should probably grab the Sacrificial Makana. It does tons of damage if I'm against one dude, which is great against bosses. Then we go for a heavy crit build, so I just do stupid damage. And we'll move away from the Whip It Good. Because I love the idea of Whip It Good, but I don't think that's going to be that helpful as I go further and further. Yeah, we're still on T1, right? Pretty sure we are. Whip It Good. We'll try Whip It Good again when we're actually given good Whip It Good. They're nice as far as starting weapons go. Now, when it says nearby... Okay, see... Now we're in Crit Town. Okay. Wow. Yeah, see, this is kind of what I was hoping for. It's not great against groups, but if I can get a good two-hander, then we're solid. There we go. Wow, that was nice. Thumb's getting a little sore. We might not be able to roll this for too long. Hello. Lightning attacks, offhand combos deal crit damage. Deals crit damage when stamina is depleted. That's an incredible whip on all regards. Let's see. Reduce gold offering cost. Yeah, sure. Okay, so I'm seeing... We want weapon upgrades. I think I'm going to go weapon, stats, money, stats, upgrade, money. Go from there. This might actually be my last run in Curse of the Dead Gods, and we'll have to switch. My thumb is just... My thumb is not happy with the state of things for some reason. And I don't know why. Okay, sir. This is we Yendies. Well, people wanted Whip It Good. We got Whip It Good. We just have to whip it right. I'm whipping it real good. In fact, I would actually argue that I'm whipping it better than I was whipping it before. So, Primal Hammer, two-handed heavy, restores max health for every enemy killed. It's dirt cheap. It does what it needs. Like Storm's Bulwark? Nah. Now let's go for this. Let's burn some corruption. I think we burn like 20 corruption for stuff like that, which is great, especially for how cheap that was. Let's see. Is this the 1.0 version? Yes. Yeah, Curse of the Dead Gods came out 1.0 last week. Yeah, I'm just gonna... This run's gonna go for a little while, so I'm gonna stretch my thumb out. I want to fit in at least 3 or 4 runs today. I don't want to just stop at 2. I think it's just my thumb is currently grumping at me. I hope they plan on doing some post-launch support or like DLCs for this, because I feel like this game would be a perfect platform to just, you know, $5-10, just add like a new temple, new boss, couple weapons. And, you know, just do that for a year or 2 while working on something else. Because, I don't know, there's so many games that feel like, yeah, you could expand them in a really holistic way that wouldn't feel... There we go. God, that's so good. You could expand them in a holistic way that wouldn't feel like the developers are just being greedy, but they're expanding the game within a realistic and healthy budget. Honestly, I would actually say the No Man's Sky model, but No Man's Sky doesn't charge money yet, which boggles my mind. Try a bit of ice. Is there ice? Have we seen ice? Or, oh, for my thumb. I don't think ice would really help right now. I think this is more a joint thing than a muscular thing. Best part about the whip, very efficient. Let's see, that would force companies to care, and that rarely happens. Well, we don't need the extra health, so yeah, I'll grab it. Honestly, I feel like with AA, indie and AA games, they do care. It's AAA games that never care. And it shouldn't surprise people. That should never surprise anybody. This is really expensive. Let's just go for the treasure find, because my dexterity is already crazy high. We need more money. So what's the lore behind Belmont here? Well, this is what happens to Indiana Jones when he makes a mistake. Oh, did we not get... Oh, I guess we only have one of these. I thought I had a second one. Maybe that was the previous run. I thought for a second I had 2 of the corruption reduction... 2 of the corruption reduction relics, and I got excited. Because, yeah, how great would it be if I had just effectively net zeroed my corruption gain? Admittedly, corruption is not actually a bad thing. Hey, a Scorpion Spear. I love Scorpion Spear, but I shouldn't do it. Can I get in here? No. There's a shit ton of money. Well, I guess we're going up and left, and I'm going to see if I can get there. Okay. Ow. Rude, dude. Well, I'm now corrupted. That is unfortunate. I guess let's just heal. It's not much healing, but this is why I grabbed the hammer. I don't know what this is, but it looks fun. It's Curse of the Dead Gods. It is one of the best roguelikes out this year. And, mind you, this year is absolutely stinky with new amazing roguelikes. Like, we've got Ravita tomorrow. I'm not actually gaining health here. Probably stop burning. Storm's Bulwark. Nope, I'll take the Constitution. I love them when they give me free stats. Yeah, luckily I heal for a decent amount of HP as we go along. Okay, taking damage causes hallucinations. During hallucinations, dodging has no stamina cost. Huh, neat. Yeah, Loop Hero Thursday, Ravita still shows me Viagra ads. I mean, sure. Look, it'll revive your heart and cure your ED. I don't think Ben Star would actually appreciate me trying to come up with a tagline for Revita like this. Bonus crit damage. Yes. I'd like to lose the corruption, but we actually want to go for heavy crit. This is such a heavy crit run. Oh, there is actually a secret there. Whoa, boy, howdy. I don't know, all roguelikes look the same to you. Man, you really like to neg on roguelikes. Like, every single time I'm playing a roguelike, you roll in and you just start negging on them. And, like, I get it. It might not be your flavor, but... let's see. Extra greed kill time limit. Maybe. Oh, yeah, let's get rid of this. I could burn the corruption, but... Okay, right. That's what I already had. Thank Hammer. The roguelikes are fruit juice. There's a lot of flavors. Yup. And many of them have a lot of the same features. And I can totally understand, like, some amount of gripe in regards to roguelikes. But saying just unilaterally they all look the same to you is just... Man, that's ignoring a lot of nuance. Okay. So, max health and damage. Yeah, so I was commenting about this on the last video that I recorded, that it's super clear that the price scales up, and I wasn't sure why, and the answer is it scales up based on your stats. So, I probably am just getting a bunch of free decks from Relics. That's what it is. So the reason why this is so cheap is because I barely have any Constitution. This is more expensive because I have a bunch of decks, and then kind of combines the two and increases the price. We're just going to offer gold and get both. I want to stack as many stats as I can. But yeah, that's a really good description on like how roguelikes work, and I'm honestly fine with it. I think there's still a lot of space in the games industry for many other things, but I'm kind of relishing how much roguelikes have taken off in the last couple of years. And obviously, there's a lot of trash that we're going to have to sift through. But that's true of... That's true of almost everything. Okay. Ow. Let's lose the corruption. Okay. Get him with the hammer, get him with the hammer. And we didn't actually take too much damage there. That got a little spooky, but wasn't bad. Okay, so what do we upgrade? Stormlash gives it 6/10 damage. This gives it 6. I think it's still worth it to go for the sacrificial Makana, just because we're hitting with the first 2 hits. And it's also cheaper. I want to save the money. Would you ever go back and give the original Rogue a playthrough, just to compare it for new roguelikes? I played a very small amount of it for my roguelike dissection video. And honestly, I think I'd play NetHack instead. So you don't like the whole lack of story plots. This is the whole play it over and over again. So you find it brain-numbing. I can kind of understand that. I think it depends on the roguelike, but personally, I find this a lot more engaging than a lot of story plot anything. Obviously, it doesn't engage the exact same aspects. Gosh, hammers are just so lovely. Yeah, I'm not using claws anyway. I was considering it for a second, and it's like, wait a second, this is silly. That would actually do a decent amount of damage. But no, let's lose the corruption. Why did I do that? I have no idea. My big problem is I've gotten really tired of games with plots lately, because I feel like a lot of games have kind of forgotten how to blend the two. That most games have story as kind of a separate thing that almost exists in equal parts contrast and competition to the gameplay itself. Very few games get the blend feeling, currently. Okay, so I can actually take a bunch of damage here and not care. I'll still try and get all the money. Ha! Didn't take any. Ha ha! I feel like you should get a bonus if you get through that entire thing without taking a hit. But yeah, some games with plot elements make it so you have a lot to remember. And the other thing is just so many games with plot elements really make you work to get that plot. Okay, there we go. Ow. Let's avoid him for a second. Okay, avoid. We are good. Bonk. There we go. Gain a little bit of HP. Don't see a negative to the hallucinations. It's kind of annoying. It throws you off, would be the way that I would describe my issue with it. Let's lose that corruption. I don't need that bow. What about you? Gold offerings remove corruption. I actually really like that. Actually, do I care? No, let's go for the gold. We want to get rid of... We don't care about corruption at this point. We're barely going to rack up any curses. At all. Okay. So we want to go... Probably... up. Either straight up or we go for the... We want the Relics, because Relics in T3 are really good. Like, way better than all the previous floors, which is part of the reason why I don't really prioritize them anywhere else. Okay. But as far as games with story goes, I think Final Fantasy VII kind of ruined story games for me recently. That... Ow. Okay, that hurt. Ooh. Okay, let's get some stamina back. Okay. Mr. Orb, you are an annoyance and I hate you. Get rid of the healer. Get rid of the orb. Luckily, this guy is mostly... Oh, is there another enemy? No, he's attacking with his mask. I've never seen that before. No. Bad. Alright. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. There we go. Alright, anything else? We took some damage, but it wasn't bad. Let's see. Do we add another 3 to both of these? I was really hoping this would get another feature. Oh, but it's probably based on rarity. Oh, that's why. Let's get this up by 3. I haven't played your copy of the remake yet. It seems like it would be too little butter, too much toast story-wise, too early. It's weird. My main thing with the remake is that it had very little wasted moments. That, you know, so many RPGs have long sections of wandering the world, or like minimal story, or mediocre characters. I think 7 was like one of the first JRPGs that I'd played in a while where I didn't feel like I was wasting any time with anything, and the story was presented in a very quick, snappy, and sensible fashion. If anything, I wish they had spent more time with it. Ow, did that thing blow itself up? Well, shit. I'm taking a lot of damage here. Alright, hammer time. And so, I'm not actually sure if the overall story for 7 is going to be good in the end. And there's a very real possibility that, yeah, it's just going to go so far off the walls that, like, nobody will ever like it. But the presentation of it was so good. The Final Fantasy VI is really good. I would love to see a full remake of 6. In the exact same methodology as 7. 6 and 9. Because I feel like 9 could really sing. Let's roll. 8 would be interesting, and will probably be their next candidate. But I want to suplex a train in full Final Fantasy VII Remake detail. Like, I've wanted that ever since I was a kid, and, like, I can see it in my head. Of just Sabin flipping that ghost train over and then just smashing it in the ground. But I want a full cutscene of it. Okay, that got kind of expensive. Stay away from... Whoop! I forgot he does a 3-hit combo. There we go, we're fine. Okay. Just gonna keep going for the gold. I have no idea what I'm gonna use the gold for, but I'm gonna go for it anyway. I love the modern graphics. Final Fantasy VI Remake. Would rather, oddly enough, see the Enix half of Square make it. Huh. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. My problem with the Enix side is that the people in charge of the Enix side seem to be a little bit crazier. Oh. There's the shrine. Okay. Man, these are all bad. I'll take it. But they're all bad. Okay. I replaced that one. Greed kill time limit. Do we even care? At this point, I don't think we do. Like, we've made all the money that we can probably make over the course of this run. Now it's just a matter of bringing it home. Okay. There we go. Now it is left to some boy and his mediocre dog. We are good. Nope, don't go into the traps. Don't go into the traps. It'd be bad. Let's see. So, Final Fantasy VI, but with the DQ11 mentality. Oh, that'd be interesting. So the treatment where you can actually play it in either mode, and it would work perfectly fine, just by switching. Yeah. I could see that actually being kind of decent. My big... DQ11 has poisoned for me for a couple of reasons. One, that was one of the games that I had to have like a really stupid copyright notice at all times, saying that what's-his-face made Dragon Quest, or like the soundtrack, or I forget. But like, that was really annoying, and I really hate what they did with the what is it? The S Plus? Whatever the special version is that they came up with on the Switch first. I do not like it when games do that. Like, if it adds content to the end, cool. But if I have to replay through an entire game to get all the special content, especially for a really long RPG, I can't do it, and I don't like it. So I had, like, tons of people bugging me for the Dragon Quest XI, fancy version. And then also for Persona 5 Royale. And it's just like, I can't do that. On a personal level, I mean, I guess, yes, I just sunk 16 hours into an MMO yesterday, so of course I do actually have the time. But, like, what would be a good example? It would be like if George Lucas somehow... Well, I mean, I guess it's not too far off. I forgot that I can do this. I'm trying to think on this one, what would be a good example, because examples of these kind of updates really do exist. Well, I guess a lot of people didn't like the Star Wars prequels. It would be like if Disney put out... No, would that even be it? Because the thing is, like, people would just go to the movie anyway, so, like, that this shouldn't be too much of a surprise. But the movie would be $60, but it's like, hey, we fixed the game or we improved it, but pay us another 60 or $80 to get, like, the whole thing. And it's just like, it's very hard to do the whole, I'm going to go through 90% of the same experience that I had, a little while ago. Almost the exact same experience. However, slight but necessary differences. Oh! There was the Mass Effect update that supposedly fixed everything, like a couple months after Mass Effect 3 came out. And it didn't. It still didn't fix everything, but that's a separate argument. Wow, maybe I really should have gotten one of the relics that scales based on my damage. I've got some favor left. I'll go looking for it in the next room. Let's see, Nier was pretty infamous about that. What happened with Nier? Yeah, it fixed nothing. But imagine if BioWare had the gall to sell us that update. Or if No Man's Sky had the gall to sell us a new No Man's Sky every couple of months, just to get the next expansion. Like, it would get absolutely, thrashed publicly for that sort of thing. And so it always makes me really uncomfortable when they do that with, like, extended cuts of games that they then resell to you. The Control Ultimate Edition is another good example. So sports games. God, let's not even talk about sports games. Those are the worst. Man, this whole whip combo is just nuts. I think I'm also just getting tremendously better at dodging and timing at Dark Souls, Skyrim. It's like, at least with Dark Souls, for example, when they did the Dark Souls Remastered, you could get it for like $20 if you already owned the base game. And like, enough time had passed that it didn't feel terribly garbage about that. Let's see. We don't need perception. None of my weapons scale off of it. Let's see. That was a really bad game about selling expansions. To some degree, like, I can kind of excuse selling expansions, like, for WoW, because otherwise they run out of money. Kinda? I don't know, actually, about that one. I have no idea what their financials look like. Oh, here it is. Okay, do I spend... No. We want to offer blood for this one. Let's see. It'll give me a curse, but this should give me an extra 25 damage? 25% damage, give or take. So we'll get a curse. No, it's more than that. 36% damage. I'll take it. After you play through Nier, you get to play through it with another character. It plays a little differently. At least, so I played through Nier Automata. I don't know about Nier 1. Nier Automata was bad for the first half of 2B's storyline, and then after that it wasn't actually a big deal. Yeah, the various Street Fighter versions. Oh yeah, that's a good one. But, like, I absolutely do not mind. Okay, he's not going for a two-hit combo. Instead, he is going for fireballs. Let's charge for a second. Okay. He's doing something. Okay. Big jump. But I've got the stats to pay the bills. Okay, he is exploding. Everything's on fire now. He is on fire now. Alright, I'm going to be kind of quiet for this one. Okay. Now he's big fire. That's still his two-hit combo. I can get him with two. Okay, there we go. Stay out of the fire. Yeah, we're going to take him down. This is such a power combo. Honestly, this guy's actually an easier boss than the second one. The main weakness is he's very strong. He's got a second phase, doesn't he? No? Is he dead? He's dead. I beat him. Hell yeah. But there may be another. Hey, if you play WoW once a year, you have to buy an expansion as well as a subscription fee to pay games. Sounds rather toxic to me. Yeah, games as a service is exploitative. Ideally, what it should mean is infinite great content, but most of the time in reality, it just means you bleed money for the biggest waste of time of your life. I got mixed feelings. Okay, let's see. Do we save up? Honestly, Reptilian Hunger might not actually be as good as I think it is. It's probably still worth it over Favor of Sishal. Your physical attacks non-elemental have a 50% chance to turn into fire attacks. Interesting. Grace of the Tempest could be incredible, if done well, but I suck. Sometimes I had an MMO subscription. Felt like every minute I'm not playing the MMO is a waste of money. Kind of. Yeah. Yeah, the only other one that I want to consider would be Serpent's Bounty. Non-optional champions or bosses drop 5 pieces of gear instead of 2 on defeat. Comboing that with Divine Perception could actually be really good. I almost have enough skulls for both of them. Because higher quality loot, comboed with more loot from bosses, might get me more stats and potential money than Favor of Sishal. Oh, Gust of Agility is the one that's giving me the perfect dodge haste. So I can probably turn that off. Do we go for higher quality or do we go for more stuff? On the other hand, free-to-play MMOs haven't shown the sustain subscription-based MMOs have in terms of longevity and releasing new content frequently. Yeah, flip side, I would say, to some degree, like Path of Exile, for example, and Warframe, neither of which are sub-based, and they actually kind of have this sustain. I think it still ends up being less content, but it still feels like a lot of things. I think both of them just have better retention. Yeah, do I want better stuff or do I want more stuff? Let's go with more stuff. I have just gone all in on finances, I realize, looking at this. You know what? That's totally fine. Storm's Focus is also really interesting. Successful parries fully restore stamina. That could actually be real good, but I'd have to work on that. So what are the rings for? Unlocking new weapons. Also, my thumb doesn't hurt anymore, which is good. So whip with poison attacks. I feel like poison is best on something that attacks really quick. Attacking right after a successful parry. Yeah. Let's grab Vengeance. I really want to push parries, even if it's a stupid idea. My one problem is a lot of these, I'm not actually sure if I ever want to unlock. Many of them are kind of bad. Like, crit damage against burning enemies. That one might actually be really good. Fire attacks, like, that's good. Deals crit damage against enemies under 30% health. It's good, but, like, I'd rather just have the other claw, the base one that has bonus damage. It has bonus damage when you perfect dodge, because I'm perfect dodging pretty consistently. Spark Hammer could be worth it. Yeah, let's grab that. I like that parry is just as viable as dodge in this game. It's kind of like how there's no need to unlock Spartan Sandals and Dead Cells. No need to put a mediocre to bad item in the pool. I like that. It's a neat idea. Oh, steel-tipped talons right off the bat. Same thing with the ceremonial dagger. These are good. These are real good. So you're trying to min-max the unlocks? Absolutely. I will 100% min-max so that I only have a pool full of weapons that I actually want to use, or at least am mildly interested in using. Ooh. Illimat Grape Shot Revolver. That's something I might actually want to pick up. Perfect shots deal damage to all enemies in a cone behind impact. I wish that was perfect in combo shots. Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, we can at least fit in one more run. Maybe 2 more. We'll see how it goes.